Well, here we go, guys. I'm trying, excuse me, trying this goat for the first time. Here you see I went ahead and I marinated it the same way I do my oxtails. I got peppers, I got onions, I have some all-purpose some allspice, a little bit of smoked paprika, peppers and onions, and I just let that with the browning and the soy sauce in there, and I let that sit. It's been sitting for a couple hours now, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put it in the pot and start the process of making brown stew goat. Okay, so now we have the goat inside of my Dutch oven pot. I didn't buy that much because I'm trying it out and I want to make sure that I get it before I try it for an actual meal for my family. I want to perfect it. So we're going to just let it sit and sear for a few minutes, 5 minutes, and then we're going to add the seasoning, the seasoned vegetables to it. And later on, we're going to add the potatoes, and I got some butter beans to add to it, and then we're gonna let it sit for about 2 hours. And towards the end of the process, we're gonna add the potatoes and the butter beans. You can add carrots if you want to, but I didn't buy any carrots today. Okay, they've been searing for a good 10 minutes. You see all the juice that it makes on the bottom? I didn't add any juice to it yet. All that juice you see on the bottom was made from the meat and the seasoning. All right, I'm gonna add the peppers and onions that I have. Not all of it because you want some at the end. You want some at the end to add to the broth. You can add it all, or you can add some later for the broth. So we got the vegetables in there, and those vegetables are gonna get all that goodness that's stuck to the bottom of the pan. The vegetables are going to release that. And you're going to bring that to a boil. And once you bring that to a boil, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of beef broth. I'm not going to do it with water. I'm going to add it with beef broth to the pot just above the meat. So you want the liquid just above the meat. Okay, I'm going to add this so it's just above the meat, right about there. And if you see while you're cooking, you need to add more. You can add more. You don't have to use beef broth. You can use water, but I just like the flavor of the beef broth to seep into the meat, and I think it keeps it more moist for you so it doesn't dry out. All right, and from here it's just gonna sit for an hour on a medium heat. I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's gonna sit for an hour on medium heat, and get real nice. These take about 2 hours. They say hour and 45 minutes, but I like to go a few minutes more just to be sure. So I'll come back in an hour and show you where we are with it, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're gonna go just checking it. It's been going an hour. Let's see what we have. Coming along good. Looking good. We're gonna come back and let it cook down for another 30 to 45 minutes, and then we'll add the potatoes. And I found some mushrooms we're gonna add to it, and then let that cook for about 20 minutes, and then we'll be done. All right, guys, it's been going for an additional hour. As you can see, they're getting very, very tender. Very tender. And it still has about another 30 minutes to cook, 20 minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and add in the potatoes and some mushrooms and let that get nice. And I'm a sucker for potatoes, stewed potatoes. So I'm gonna add these potatoes in, and with the mushrooms, lots of potatoes and mushrooms. I'm gonna let that stew more for another, probably about 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes until those potatoes become fork tender and the mushrooms kind of shrink up and grab to that flavor of the sauce. And in about 30 minutes, they'll be ready to go. Okay, you guys, so it's been going a little more than 2 hours now. And it's nice and tender, and the potatoes are done. And I've added the butter beans off screen. I've added the butter beans, and this thing is ready for our taste test. Here it is on a plate. I had some white rice that I made earlier. Added the goat with the potatoes and the butter beans onto the plate. Let's see how it tastes. All right, here we go. Nice fork tender. You want some? Here we go. Stewed goat. That's very good. That's very good. Go at it again. See that? Goat meat is just like a fork tender off of the bone. Very good. Potatoes, fork tender. This is better than I thought it would turn out. It's very good. I recommend you try it. Goat, stewed goat. It's a 2 thumbs up. All right. So now we have shark and we have goat. Go try it, guys.